Hi Barbie. Today we'll be talking about the Barbie movie and all the alphas associated with it. To start off, I've seen it and I really enjoyed it, and I would say that I'd just say it's a really good film, to be honest. That's about it. So the Barbie movie has currently made 1.03 billion so far. So I think it's in contender of probably becoming number one. I know obviously number one's like 1.5 or something like that, so it's still got like another 500 million to do in sales. Never mind, I was way off. I've just read it there. I think it's got a long way to go. So basically Avatar, the first Avatar's the highest grossing film ever, and it's at 2.923706,026, so near enough 3 billion. So Barbie's got a long way to go. However, Barbie's a really good film, and I do think it deserves to at least hit past the billion mark. I think it could be it should be in a contender for at least top 10. It's currently 44th, so that's not bad for it only being out a couple of weeks. I think it's like 5 or 6 weeks now, so that's not bad. I'd say it's doing quite well. So what I thought we'd talk about is basically all the alphas, obviously the top dogs, and how they reacted to the Barbie movie. So we'll start off with the normal TikTok I think everyone's seen, and we'll just play it, and then I'll get speaking.
If you're a man and you go watch the movie Barbie, you're 100% a beta. There's no way around this. I don't care if your girlfriend forced you. How about you force her to watch Oppenheimer? Because that's what real alphas would do. There's only one exception though, because if you're a father and your daughters want to watch the Barbie, then go take them and watch this.
So this video, I can't tell if it's a joke. I don't think it is, but I can't tell if it's a joke. It's funny, because I don't think masculinity should be based off of what film you've seen, and obviously that's what some people think, which is stupid, because I've seen plenty of women that dislike the Barbie movie as well, but I wouldn't say they're a man, or I wouldn't say they're a woman. You know what I mean? I'm not like specifically meaning genders. I just mean like alpha and stuff like that. I wouldn't say like because they dislike it that they're any less of a woman or any less of whatever they identify as. Or if they like it, I wouldn't say they're any less of whatever they identify as well. So it's very weird. Obviously he's saying go see Oppenheimer. I went to see Oppenheimer and I enjoyed it, but it was too long. Like, it was a good film, but I would say it was too long. But that's a Christopher Nolan thing, and obviously he needs to get most of the story across. It was a fun film, but I'm not gonna lie, I preferred Barbie. Barbie's 2 hours, I think, are exactly 2 hours run time. Barbie is exactly 1 hour 54 minutes, and Oppenheimer, I think, is 3 hours exactly. Yep, 3 hours exactly. Some people don't have that extra hour to go see that. Also, as well, he's saying like, oh, if your daughters want to go see it, go take them. What if your son wants to go see it? Like, plenty of my friends have like been like, oh, I want to go see it, and I went to see it as well. And actually, one of my friends went with his sisters and stuff like that, and he seen it before the rest of us, and he was like, oh, it's such a good film. And it's one of the films I would go see again. So we'll move on from that one, go to the next one. We'll go for Piers Morgan, the UK's darling, as some might call him.
There are a number of Barbie characters in the movie, right? One plays President Barbie, one plays Dr. Barbie, one plays a Barbie with a Nobel Prize in physics, one is a mermaid Barbie. However, all the male characters in Barbie world are simply called Ken. So it's pretty clear where this movie is going. This is an assault on not just Ken, but all men.
You know what, Piers was right. It was an assault on all men. No, I think this interview is before Piers even seen it. I can't imagine Piers Morgan would even go and see it. I think if he watched the movie, he understands the context of it, and the overall message of the movie is basically, even for men, like, obviously it's quite a woman heavy movie, which there's not an issue with, which some people seem to have a really weird issue with. Like, why can't we have a woman lead, and why can't, like, it doesn't matter if a movie's good. But Piers is kind of like, oh, it's just hating on men. But if you watch it, this is a tiny bit of a spoiler. Like, I'm not trying to spoil it, but I'm just about to say what the overall message is, basically. But I'd say the overall message is basically, be you. Like, don't, like, you define yourself. And even Ken goes through that arc as well, with the full, this is a spoiler now, with the full patriarchy thing. Like, the arc, because Ken basically finds patriarchy when they go to the real world and then realises like it's such a good thing. But what you find out in the end is that Ken just really wanted Barbie's attention, and he even says he lost interest in it a while before it even continued. So it's one of the things that I think just Piers has went man-hating and then went against it, which I don't understand, because let's just go with like traditional, like we'll go gender roles like male, female. I'm assuming that's how Piers thinks, I'm guessing. So a couple of interviews I've seen, Piers kind of seems like he's like, men should be manly and butch and stuff like that. The movie was made for young girls or anyone that would like a movie like that. It wasn't made for like these alpha guys that just hate women, really. Like, I can't imagine. I think Piers is married, but I can't imagine it's a nice marriage. Obviously, I don't want anything done with slander, and I'm just saying this in a hypothetical light. So skip on to the next video.
Why are you watching a film about fucking doll? Be a man. Grown men that are out here watching Barbie movies. It's a shame. When you should be watching a film like Oppenheimer. It's actually based on Robert J. Oppenheimer, the father of the atomic bomb. Are you babe?
So this shows a good point of toxic masculinity, where this guy is his friend. I'm assuming that's the context of it. His friend is wanting to watch Barbie, or he's picking tickets for Barbie, and then he comes in and goes, "Why are you watching Barbie? Why are men watching Barbie?" And then goes on about how they should watch an Oppenheimer, and which comes back to the point of you're allowed to watch more than one film. Like I've not only watched one film in my life. I've not only watched I've went like days where I've watched multiple films. I did the Barbie split, but I did it in a different way as well. I didn't do Oppenheimer. I did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem, and then Barbie. That was obviously the better split than Oppenheimer and Barbie. Both of them enjoyable films. Oppenheimer, at least when I finished that, it wasn't like, it was depressing because obviously how real it is. And when I watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I was like, oh, that was funny. And then I went on to watch Barbie, which was also funny. But this guy's basically saying like, I can't tell if this is a joke, because I went and looked at their actual like TikTok, and I can't figure out if it's a joke because some of the takes they do are like very misogynistic and very like, I'm better than women, and I was a bit like, right, okay, I can't tell if this is supposed to be like making fun of the full thing, but I'm quite sure they have quite a few followers as well. And also at the end the guy goes like, are you paying? Like, exactly, he can go see a film if he's paying. Like, if he's paying for his own film, he can go see his own film. So I think that brings up a good point. So obviously I'm not watching the full Ben Shapiro interview. I'm watching it on TikTok because I didn't realise how long it was, and I was just going to watch it for the video, and I was like, I really don't want to watch it. It's like 42 minutes worth of Ben Shapiro, 42 minutes and 45 seconds. Ben Shapiro destroys the Barbie movie for 43 minutes.
This movie is not just a piece of shit. This movie is a flaming piece of dog shit piled atop an entire dumpster on fire, piled atop a landfill filled with dog shit. It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. On every possible level, it is a horrific movie. The only thing that can be said for this film is production design. This movie is going to make a bunch of money week one because the marketing effort has been extraordinary. My prediction is going to just absolutely fall off a cliff after that. The repeat business on this movie is going to be non-existent. Who thought it's a great idea? Let's bring on the people who wrote Lady Bird and Marriage Story to make a movie about a plastic doll that is generally played with by 5 to 9-year-old young girls.
Ben Shapiro's just saying it was shit, basically, and I think Ben Shapiro's an interesting character, I would say. I don't like him. I think he's funny to watch, but I don't like him. And he's basically just gone about how like, it's not getting repeat business. Now I bet you he feels a bit stupid now because I would say I went like later than anyone else. Like I only went to see it last week, and the cinema was still packed. Like it was still a busy showing. So that's the case. Ben Shapiro, I think, just felt a bit hurt because he felt like he was being targeted for whatever reason. Because I don't know, he probably does some of the stuff that Ken does that isn't the best. Right, we'll move on to some more happy stuff because, well, actually that's a lie. I've got a TikTok here that basically talks about how the Barbie movie's ruining people's relationships.
The new Barbie movie's sole purpose is to brainwash women into hating men by using lies and exaggerated caricatures of who men and women are. And it's deeply harming your and everyone's relationships, intimate relationships in their lives. That's why this matters. So let me explain. In the Barbie movie, every man is either stupid, useless, creepy, or evil. Literally, that is their main personality trait.
I've got a minute left of it, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't really want to watch the rest. This could really backfire on me, and the rest of it that she just talks about how like she agrees with it and stuff like that. But basically, I think her points are not the best, because it kind of seems like she's saying like, oh, relationships and stuff like that. I think some of the points that, so I've obviously you've seen like TikTok, the Reddit post. I don't know why I'm doing that. The Reddit post where like the people are jumping around in Minecraft. Let's read that Reddit post. I've seen 2 of them so far. That are, I broke up with my boyfriend and I broke up with my girlfriend because of the Barbie movie, and both of them made really valid points of that they didn't know who they were without their partner, but they also, well, one of them made that point. One of them is he didn't know who he was without his partner, and it wasn't a good relationship anyway. Like, their relationship was a good relationship, but their life wasn't at the point that they should be in that relationship, and there's so many like more things, like adult things, that it just made him click, and he went, right, I need to think about this relationship. And by the end of it, apparently both of them agreed that it's probably better if they're not together. So that seems like, and he says he's never been happier, and he still loves his ex-girlfriend, and he hopes all the best for her, but he's never been happier. And he says apparently she's very happy as well. Obviously there could be like a front and stuff like that put on, but whatever. And then the other one was a woman broke up with her boyfriend, and he took her to see, she took him to see the Barbie movie because she couldn't go with any of her friends, and she said that she could see he was getting uncomfortable throughout the movie, and she was like, that's a bit weird, he's getting uncomfortable. And then by the end of it, he got annoyed at her and went, you shouldn't have took me to see that should have been like something you see with your friends. And like, he just felt uncomfortable, and it was a bit man-hating and stuff like that. And then he was like agreeing with some of the points like the Kens were making before they realised they were doing the wrong thing as well. And then she just kind of, and he like was like, went mental at her, and then she went like that, I don't think I can do this anymore, and they broke up. And he said, good, I don't want you in my life anyway. Obviously I'm summarising stuff like this, but that's a toxic relationship, I think. I'm not 100% sure, because I don't want to be the end all be all of what's a toxic relationship, what's not. But in my opinion, that seemed like a toxic relationship, because he disagreed with everything Barbie movie meant. I mean, it's fair enough, you can disagree with a movie. I don't mind people disagreeing with a movie, because it's your own right. But to be uncomfortable watching a movie that's like that's a bit weird, because it's not supposed to be a film you're uncomfortable watching. Like The Joker, you're supposed to be uncomfortable watching. Most horror films, you're supposed to be uncomfortable watching. Schindler's List, you're supposed to be uncomfortable watching. Barbie movie, you're supposed to find it funny. And it also has some like political commentary and stuff like that. And
is Barbie a feminist?
Sure. Yeah, totally.
Well, I actually think she's something a little more than feminist, because at the beginning, the power dynamic is definitely in the Barbie's favour.
Yes.
So if you're talking about equality between men and women, it's actually not. It's actually not that quite.
Yet.
It's not quite equal in Barbie Land to begin with. But there is a power dynamic shift at some point.
Ken needs some support. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the Barbies are kind of.
Ken needs his like "I am woman, hear me roar" moment.
Yeah.
So that was an interview with Margot Robbie. I think it was before the film came out. But basically, she's made a point of that it's not feminist at the start. It's beyond feminism at the start. Like, it's not equal. And she says feminism equals right, which it is, equals rights. So she says it goes too far, and it's more in Barbie's favour. And she's like obviously she understands why the script's supposed to be like that, but you can see she's a bit like, I'm happy with the way it ends. But basically, it just brings on I'm presuming that's the director. I should really know. That's the director beside her saying, Ken needs his "I am woman, hear me roar" moment, which happens in a couple of films with like male things, and I don't really see people complaining about it then. It just kind of seems like these alpha males have small egos or easily tarnished egos. Because if let's just say if you were true alpha, you wouldn't care what a movie said. You would just be like, cool, it's a movie, and then just continue with your life. Even if you liked it or disliked it, it's just such a weird thing. Right, so to finish off, we'll finish off on a lighter note. And I'll only play a bit of the video, and I'll put a link in the description, because I think you should go find this guy and follow him. He's got a really good point of what the Barbie movie means. And like, if maybe you are a bit like offended or whatever, and you just don't know why, and you're like, I don't think I should be offended at this film. He explains like the male dynamic and the female dynamic in it. So I'll just play the first couple of seconds of it.
I'm about to Kensplain some of the themes explored by the Barbie movie, since a lot of people, especially men, clearly didn't understand what's going on with this. Of course, there are spoilers ahead. Despite how it might seem to those who can't think deeper, this movie is not about trashing men or putting women on a pedestal.
So I've got up to that point, and the rest of the video is really good. It's not too long of a video, it's a really good video. I'd recommend going to watch it. It makes really good points. But yeah. So I hope you enjoyed watching today. I really enjoyed the film. I really enjoyed talking about it. I think it's one of the films that I maybe do another video on it, because it'll be funny. I'd maybe actually go and watch like one of the actual children animated ones, like the worst rated one, because it'll be funny to watch, because obviously that's not meant for me. It's not really meant for adults. And I'll just do a reaction to it, obviously just trying to be funny. Doesn't normally work, but I'll try and be funny with it. And then maybe we'll keep up a Barbie theme. So I hope you all enjoyed watching. Like, subscribe and comment, and have a good day. Hi Barbie.